Welcome to another episode of United Fans TV. As we come towards the climax of a remarkable season, we look back at United's road to the Champions League final at Wembley, focusing on the unbeaten European away run. We also talk to Stretford End Flags about their origins and plans for the latest mosaic set for unveiling on May 28th. We also review the weekend's game against Blackburn, then look forward to the final weekend of the Barclays Premier League with the home match against Blackpool. But first this week, as we look ahead to the Champions League final against Barcelona, and with the final place secure, the talk has now turned to the chase for the extortionately priced Wembley final tickets, and for those who miss out, alternative options for watching the big match. With just £25,000 being given to each side by UEFA, and with the game being played in London, it is potentially possible that there will be more corporate suits inside the stadium than season ticket holders. We spoke to fans outside Old Trafford about the clamour for tickets.
I've had my season ticket for 25 years, and there's going to be people that have got money that have come just this year with a season ticket, got the money to do a couple of aways in Europe, and they're going to be sat there. That's wrong, isn't it? And on the internet there's tickets going, 2,000, 3,000 quid already.
For those that can't get tickets, the choice is: do you travel to London to enjoy the atmosphere, or find a venue in Manchester or wherever you're based to watch the game? Organisations like Independent Supporters Trust Must have been very active in organising a series of events in Manchester and London and giving out advice to its members. It should be noted that there will be no big screens showing the game near Wembley, and there are no pubs within 1 mile of Wembley Stadium that will be allowed to show the match. There's a UEFA fan zone near Olympic Way which closes at 5:30pm, and there's also a UEFA Champions Festival which takes place at Hyde Park that closes at 5pm. Tune in next week for a detailed preview of where the best places to watch the final in London and Manchester are, as United Fans TV wants to ensure that all fans get the chance to obtain the best seat available. If you're planning an event and want to let people know about it, or want to send in any video footage from your phones or video cameras of celebrations or any pre or post-match atmosphere, be it at the pub, at home or at the match, please contact us at info@unitedfans.tv and we will play the best clips. Whether in the ground, in the pubs or at home, every United fan across the world is looking forward to watching this fantastic occasion. A Wembley European Cup final, of course, evokes memories of that dramatic night in 1968, when United became the first English club to win the Cup with the big ears. Let's hope that history is set to repeat itself, and Wembley 2011 is as much of a classic European Cup final as the 4-1 win over Benfica, bringing Manchester United a 4th trophy on May the 28th. Whilst many observers point to previous teams being perhaps more glamorous, it is the squad that earned the right to challenge for Europe's top honour, making its own history along the way. We look back at a remarkable campaign.
So after a 3-hour drive, make it 4-hour drive from Barcelona, we're heading into the outskirts of Valencia, Spain's 3rd biggest city, with 770,000 people living here. I'm outside the ground an hour and a half before kick-off. Good atmosphere so far. You can see more and more people are getting here now. The sun's starting to go down. It's been a beautiful day. There's just over an hour to kick off. The atmosphere is really building outside the Mestalla Stadium. Both team coaches have arrived. The Valencia fans are very optimistic. They think that they're going to beat United. They think United are missing key players. I don't share in their optimism, but I may look a fool in saying that after the game.
Tonight I think we'll do alright tonight. Rooney's out, but I think with Berbatov's going stronger and stronger this season now, and I think we'll get a minimum of a draw tonight, which I think is what we'll need, to be honest, to progress.
Hi, Maria and Valencia supporters, so I hope Valencia wins tonight. It's going to be a great match. My score for tonight is going to be 3-0, and my favorite Valencia player is Mata. It's a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great match.
It's an hour after the final whistle and the Mestalla has emptied. United fans were kept in for a while behind after the game, probably because there was some trouble before the game. United fans have got every reason to be happy. I would have been happy with a 0-0 draw tonight. I thought that would have been a fair result. But a 1-0 victory is brilliant, and it really makes up for the disappointment of the 0-0 draw against Rangers in the first Champions League game.
At last week's trip to Glasgow, a group of United fans got together with the Rangers fan side for a special friendly at Rangers training ground at Murray Park. United legends Paddy Crerand and Jimmy Nicholl managed the two sides, with Jimmy Nicholl assisted by Rangers and AC Milan legend Mark Hateley.
So are you enjoying this match then, the precursor to the big game tonight?
No, it's good. I think it's great to have good relations. I think throughout, when wherever we're playing in Europe, we see the fans before games exchanging scarves and having a few drinks and laughing, exchanging jokes. And it's nice to see the set of fans coming together and having a wee knockabout, before the game. I think that's what it's all about, the public image of relationships between clubs. Two great clubs as well, so two great sets of supporters, and it's just a pleasure to come down and encourage them, really.
Why would you get involved in something like this, Jimmy?
Basically just because it's the day of the game, you come down. Whenever I knew Paddy was up, it was basically to see Paddy, and the Rangers boys says we come along. And Paddy was coming with the Man United supporters. Great. Because Paddy was our youth coach whenever I was a kid growing up, and he was and he was great for me. And he really was.
What's it like looking looking at a big game like tonight? Because you played for both clubs. Where did your heart lie in a match like this?
Well, I had 11 years at Man United, and they were great for me. All my brothers and sisters still live in Manchester, and my man Dan also. Yeah. But because I'm working in Scottish football, I want to see what's best for Scottish football, and the best thing for Scottish football is the Rangers stay in Europe. Yeah. So the best thing for Scottish football is the Rangers to win tonight.
Okay.
Seven o'clock in the morning on match day, and that's the Istanbul skyline in the background. Going to catch the ferry across the sea of Marmara to Bursa. Just arriving in Bursa now after a very pleasant hour and a half trip across the sea of Marmara. Yes. It's 11 o'clock in the morning on match day. I got the ferry from Istanbul to Bursa, and I was met by a group of Bursa supporters who've been very friendly. They've treated me to Turkish breakfast. It's a wonderful day. It's November. We're in the shadow of the mountains. It's sunny. The atmosphere is great, and the hospitality is absolutely first class. These people have been telling me about their club, how they won the Turkish title last year, about the rivalry with the big Istanbul teams like Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray. And I've been explaining to all of them that Manchester will win 5-0 tonight. Is that right? No. This is the stadium empty 4 hours before kick-off. The United fans are going to be put into that caged area there. It's covered in netting, so nothing can be thrown at the expected 400 travelling fans. Nil-nil at half-time, second half goals from Darren Fletcher, Gabriel Obertan and Bebe. Versus Sport still haven't won, still haven't scored. I can't speak too loudly, but from United's perspective it's been a job well done. It's starting to get a bit cold now, but we had a very warm reception here in Turkey. It's been a good day, everything's been enjoyable. It's 5 PM on match day. I've just arrived in Marseille. This is the main train station. The sun's setting, looks like it's been a nice day. I'm going to get onto the metro, get to my hotel and get to the Stade Velodrome, the home of Olympique de Marseille. I'm with Kevin McCarra from The Guardian, and there's also a dog nearby, so do excuse us. Kevin, how do you think Manchester United will go on against Marseille tonight?
I think they're a fairly solid team, United, even given the absence of Rio Ferdinand and so on. And interesting, if Chris Smalling plays, it'll be a test for him. But he's come through his tests, I think, well so far. He's played, maybe 3 Champions League games already, which shows the trust the manager has in him. That's crucial, but he may be helped too, I think, by the fact that Marseille are not the most flamboyant team, and it may be they can be contained, and then you would hope that United at some point score a goal or two.
1.25 hours before kick-off. That's the United section over there, and there's only a few people in it at the moment, where the M&A is, and that's part of a stand which seats 20,000 people on the side. It's the morning after the game and I'm outside the main train station in Marseille. Just been looking at some of the headlines. There's a feeling that Marseille did a good job, but maybe it won't be good enough against Manchester United. I still think United are favourites to go through, but it was quite a disappointing performance. This isn't a vintage United side. Sir Alex Ferguson looked a bit disappointed after the game, but I still think he'll be quietly satisfied because United didn't concede any goals and they got a draw.
With tickets like gold dust for last week's Champions League game at Chelsea, the majority of United fans caught the big game at the pub or at home on TV. So a 2-1 win on the night and a 3-1 win overall gave United a comfortable passage to the semi-finals, where German side Schalke 04 await.
Hello, my name is Sascha Braun from Limburg in Germany and I'm a big Schalke fan.
How do you think Schalke will do against Manchester United?
I think we will get a good game, of course, because Schalke has a very good player with Raul who can score as many goals, and I hope tonight this will be his evening.
This is one of the training pitches which Schalke 04 use, one of several, like most big clubs now. It's all part of a complex. You can see the old floodlights over there from the old stadium, which was really done for the 1970 World Cup finals. You've seen a new one a few hundred metres over there, and the design's completely different because in the 70s running tracks were acceptable, stadiums were open, and by 2006 fans wanted to be closer to the pitch on much steeper terraces, and they want to be close to the club as well. So we have here the main training pitch and some of the supporters, and that really is quite an impressive training pitch. It's absolutely beautiful. The quality is as good as ever seen, and supporters are welcome here every day to watch their team train. There's bars for them, there's a big supporters shop, and this club is all about its connection with the supporters, and I really admire that. This is what happens to old football stadiums. Barely half a mile from the new Veltins Arena, but this is the old stadium where Schalke played for much of the last century. It's a big old bowl, fashionable when it was done up for 1974 World Cup finals here in West Germany, as it was called then. It's still a football pitch now. Sometimes the first team train on it, and that's the old popular side, preserved as a relic to a bygone age. Morning the players come down those steps, walk through here, and they also walk past here after training. This is like a little place where they speak to the journalists who stand there on the other side of the fence just to keep them apart, I assume, and the players just walk out here onto that lush green training pitch. Let's see, this is close to the main entrance to the stadium, and supporters can pay to have the name put on a wall. Something you see at a lot of grounds, even at Old Trafford, you can pay to have your name engraved on the forecourt. This is the area outside the ground. People are mingling and eating breakfast. Don't know what the attraction is with them. Having a few beers. Very low key actually. European Cup semi-final, but the atmosphere is very low key. This is the stadium we want to have before kick-off. Pretty empty, but still hugely impressive. Built for 2006 World Cup finals, it seats 61,000. Actually, it holds 61,000, and sometimes there's terracing, but for European games the capacity comes below 60,000 because they put seats into the terraced areas. There's the United section. That's the final whistle. Manchester United have reached the European Cup final once again at Wembley. against either Barcelona or Real Madrid?
Without question, the best performance this particular vintage has ever given. They were all magnificent. Valencia was superb. I thought Carrick was superb. Giggs, once again, excellent. You could say scoring away from home is just part of his genius. But the man of the match was Rooney. Absolutely extraordinary. What's incredible about Rooney is that last year, playing a lot of these same players in the World Cup, he looked very, very listless, hapless, pretty ordinary, and yet tonight he absolutely destroyed them, coming back into form at precisely the right time. Absolutely fantastic.
It's half an hour after the final whistle, and Manchester United have beaten Schalke 2-0 in Gelsenkirchen. The United team coach has just left outside the main entrance to the stadium. I've got to say it's one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen in my life as a Manchester United fan. To get to the European Cup semi-final is an achievement. To win the away leg 2-0 is virtually unheard of in the history of this club. Of course there is a small matter of the second leg at Old Trafford, but United are going to be strong favourites now to go through against Barca or Madrid. The whole team were impressive tonight. Some of the players were absolutely outstanding, and they'll look back at this performance as one of their highlights. People like Wayne Rooney, Valencia, Chicharito. It was a wonderful United performance, and who would have thought it in September, in October, when United couldn't win a game away from home, when people were saying Chelsea were going to win the league. Look what's happening. United are probably going to win the league and going to get to the European Cup final at Wembley. Just an absolute buzz. I still can't believe that it's happening, but I've got plenty of time to go and think about it because it's a long journey back to Manchester now. Until the next time, hopefully that'll be Wembley. It should be Wembley. Goodbye.